You first meet Hendriksen sitting across from you in her office, warm and candid, confessing that she, too, has worn the mask of perfectionism. She describes the dual life: externally you shine, receipts of praise piling up, while inside you feel hollow, like managing a circus behind the curtains. That contrast sets the emotional undertone for everything that follows. As the story unfolds, she traces the origins of this self-critical voice to childhood, societal expectations, and biology. That voice, the inner rulebook, becomes almost a character in your life, delivering harsh judgments, especially when you can't meet its unrelenting standards. Again, the tension escalates, success feels fleeting, suffocated by perfectionism's shadow. You're drawn into episodes where clients freeze at work, tap into anxiety spirals before social events, or lose sleep over tiny errors. In these stories, perfectionism reveals itself not as harmless striving but as deep impoverishment. Opportunities bypassed, connections weakened. You begin to palpably feel how high standards can paradoxically bury you in doubt. In one session, a young professional confesses she avoids meetings, fearing her voice isn't smart enough. Hendriksen gently reframes this: the quest isn't for perfection, it's for real participation. The young woman's tentative contributions blossom into confident engagement, illustrating how acting, just enough, can unshackle hidden competence. Hendriksen then introduces a radical shift: self-compassion. She takes you through a moment when she comforts herself after a personal misstep, treating herself like a trusted friend. That moment becomes a template: you're no longer your own adversary. You realize that kindness isn't weakness, it's medicine. She carries you forward to the point where perfectionism seeks to define identity: I am my achievements. It's here that she invites you to translate labels into values. Instead of, I am smart, you begin to live by, I value learning. That subtle pivot dismantles the armor, allowing mistakes to be invitations rather than indictments. Your path then weaves through flexibility. You read how Hendriksen rewrote her rigid inner rulebook when her morning schedule fell apart. Instead of spiraling, she chose creativity: a new route, a different cafe, a pause. In modeling this, she shows you that control is overrated and adaptability opens space for discovery. In a quieter moment, she shares a story of releasing past failures: the grade you barely passed, the email you sent too soon. By redefining those as part of the human condition, you reclaim their lessons and let shame soften. It's as though each mistake becomes a stepping stone, not a weight dragging you down. Then she turns to procrastination, not through the lens of productivity hacks, but compassion. In her recounting, delaying a project wasn't laziness but fear. She invites curiosity: where does the fear live, and teaches how naming and facing that fear dissolves its power, letting momentum return in moments of gentleness. Comparison's turn is next. She tells of a vibrant friend crushed under social media's highlight reel. In response, Hendriksen guides her to gratitude and contentment practices, not as superficial pep talks, but as realignments to what actually nourishes. The friend's eyes widened when she realized she already had abundant life to cherish. Then comes authenticity, both internal and visible. Hendriksen recounts wearing makeup to an event where she felt obliged, only to feel hollow. She removed it mid-event, startling her but awakening her. What mattered wasn't the polish, it was that she was true to herself. From that she builds a case: real is braver than perfect. Throughout, her calm humor cushions heavy insights. She laughs at her own catastrophizing inner monologue and offers you permission to laugh at yours too. That laughter becomes a gentle rebellion against the tyranny of absolute rules. Clinician and client threads run parallel as you observe Hendriksen balancing care and confidentiality, revealing that change is built in relationships: therapist and patient, parent and child, friend and friend. As the final pages arrive, she circles back to that first scene. The mask has fallen, the inner critic softened, values clarified. You close the book not just understanding how to be enough, but feeling it, a shift from striving to being. You're left carrying both her compassion and her curiosity. That closing feels like leaving a friend who's handed you a torch. You're shown the path, not with pressure, but with gentle invitation. Let enough be your foundation, and watch how you grow from there.